What should Muslims do in the face of Zionist intolerance and the threat to the Masjid al-Aqsa? In this connection, the following ayah is relevant. Allah Azza wa Jal says, وَلَوْلَا دَفْعُ اللَّهِ النَّاسَ بَعْضَهُمْ بِبَعْضٍ لَهُدِّمَتْ صَوَامِعُ وَبِيَعٌ وَصَلَوَاتٌ وَمَسَاجِدُ يُذْكَرُ فِيهَا اسْمُ اللَّهِ كَثِيرًا وَلَيَنْصُرَنَّ اللَّهُ مَنْ يَنْصُرُهُ إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَقَوِيٌّ عَزِيزٌ. And had there not been repelling by Allah of some people by others, certainly there would have been pulled down monasteries, churches, synagogues and mosques in which Allah's name is remembered much. And surely Allah will help him who helps his cause. Most surely Allah is strong, mighty. This verse makes three things absolutely clear. First, it is wrong to destroy houses of worship of any religion. With some unfortunate exception, Muslims have generally respected this principle, especially in the time of the Ashab-e-Rasul. Second, Allah protects the houses of worship through human beings. He repels by means of some people others who will stop at nothing, not even destroying houses of worship. وَلَوْلَا دَفْعُ اللَّهِ النَّاسَ بَعْضَهُمْ بِبَعْضٍ لَهُدِّمَتْ صَوَامِعُ وَبِيَعٌ وَصَلَوَاتٌ وَمَسَاجِدُ. And had there not been repelling by Allah of some people by others, certainly there would have been pulled down monasteries, churches, synagogues and mosques. So it is through some people that Allah stops others from destroying the houses of worship. Third, Allah will help those who help by defending His house, for He is surely strong and mighty. وَلَيَنْصُرَنَّ اللَّهُ مَنْ يَنْصُرُهُ إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَقَوِيٌّ عَزِيزٌ. Of course, Allah does not need anybody's help. Helping Allah simply means striving to defend houses of worship and the victims of injustice. And this is ultimately good for us both in this life and the akhirah. This is made clear in another verse of the Holy Quran. وَمَنْ جَاهَدَ فَإِنَّمَا يُجَاهِدُ لِنَفْسِهِ إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَغَنِيٌّ عَنِ الْعَالَمِينَ. And whoever strives, he strives only for himself. Surely Allah is not in need of the words. Allah can defend His masjid against the Zionists in Jerusalem like He defended His house in Mecca against Ashab al-Fil, the army of Abraham. But generally He expects some believers to rise and defend the houses of worship. This means that some Muslims should rise to stop the hands of the Zionist aggressors who are plotting to destroy the house of Allah. One normally looks towards the governments to take necessary action to in this connection. But unfortunately, there is very little we can expect from our rulers. They are cruel to their own peoples, but extremely soft and friendly to the enemies of Islam and Muslims. If Allah forbidding something happened to the masjid in Jerusalem, they will make noise for a few days and then go back into sleep in the laps of their friends among the enemies of Islam. Faced with a very determined, organized, skillful, technologically advanced, politically savvy enemy armed to the teeth, and faced with our kings and dictators divided among themselves and willing to sell Islamic and Muslim causes to preserve their rule, many Muslims understandably feel very helpless. As a result, many Muslims have been heard as saying that one day the Zionists will succeed in destroying Masjid al-Aqsa, as if they have accepted this as a fact. This is a defeatist talk. Believers should never talk like this. They do know that if Allah has so written that the Masjid al-Aqsa be protected from our enemies, then there is no power in the heavens or the earth that can harm it. And if He has so written that it be destroyed temporarily, and it can only be destroyed temporarily, then there is no power in the heavens or on the earth that can protect it. But at the same time, the believers also realize that we do not know what Allah has decided. Therefore, when believers hear of the threat to Masjid al-Aqsa, their proper response is to think what they should do. For they know that if Allah will temporarily destroy Masjid al-Aqsa, it will be probably through people like the Zionists. And if He will preserve it, then it will probably be through some believers. This world that Allah has created is full of possibilities and opportunities. This is one of the meanings of the words of the Quran. Wallahu ala kulli shay'in qadir. And Allah has power over all things. If therefore small teams of believers get together and think about what to do to protect the masjid in Jerusalem, they will inshallah find useful things that they can do. And even if we find nothing to do, we can make dua that Allah, to whom belongs all real power, preserves the third holiest mosque in Islam. Instead of taking it for granted that the Zionists, because of their military, financial and political power, will necessarily succeed in their design against the masjid in Jerusalem. Ya ibadallah, barakallahu lana wa lakum fil Qur'an al-azim, wa nafa'ana wa iyyakum bil ayati wa dhikril hakim, wa bi sunnati rasulihil kareem, innahu ta'ala jawadun kareemun malikun barrur raufur rahim. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اصبروا وصابروا ورابطوا واتقوا الله لعلكم تفلحون واستغفروا ربكم إنه غفور رحيم واستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين